Lisa.
And I'm Rasheida.
And we're the Bennetts.
Hi. Actually, we had a question that came in from, I think it was on Facebook. I believe so. The question was, do we have traditional roles in our marriage? You tell me. I'm going to let Lisa start this one off. And then I'm going to follow up.
Do we have traditional roles? Well, we're not exactly a traditional couple. And in that sense...
You think?
You think? So, more than I think of it as roles, I think of it as we try to play our strengths. And I think over time, the course of the relationship, the strengths have changed or bounced, depends on all of the circumstances. Like how many people we're dealing with, what's going on in the house, etc. And so I think that there's no one role. We look at the situation and then decide who's gonna do what overall. Now, I will say this. It is traditional in the sense that I am what in our relationship may be called the equivalent of the aggressor, the male, the provider. And in that sense, I'd say it's traditional because I wouldn't date somebody like myself. I like feminine women. And so some of that stuff that goes along with that, I complain about Rasheida and the time she takes to do makeup and stuff, but I like women who wear makeup. And if you are like me, you ain't wearing makeup. And so I ain't got nothing to say except what we gonna play ball at, what we having to drink, what's up, where we at, what we doing, dog. That's the extent of our conversation.
Wow.
We ain't locking arms and no, that ain't happening. That would feel, stop it. No. That would feel really foreign to me. So in that sense, yeah. The other thing I'll say this is there are lots of times when I feel like Bill Cosby played Heathcliff Huxtable on the Cosby Show, and I remember when Clara's sister was getting married, and they were warning her about what would happen when she got married, and her husband, who was her boyfriend at the time, he would develop a case of honey, where's mine? And the women were all in the kitchen, and every time the men would come in and open the door, they stop laughing. They'd be laughing. The men open the door, they stop. And so I can identify with that because I'm always like, honey, where's my honey? There are times where I feel like I can't make a decision about what I'm going to eat sometimes without her assistance. So, yeah, there are definitely moments when I fall into that. But I think overall, we play our strengths in. I might do the overall finance landscape, but I don't make the decisions on sort of how that's going to be broken up. I'm saying this is the chunk of what we can spend for the house, but I think Rasheida, she plans all the trips and that kind of stuff. She plans where we're going to go, and then I plan how to make whatever budget that she's taking from the bigger budget sort of last so that we can do all of the stuff. So it kind of goes back and forth. At least that's my view.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna agree to disagree. No, I'm agreeing. No, I'm gonna say yes and no to the question, do we have traditionals? I'm gonna say yes. And it was based on in the beginning of our marriage, when we had the kids at home, and then when we caretake for her mom and her grandma when everybody was here. Yes, she took on more of just the provider, the breadwinner, and I took on the domestic role of taking care of the kids, making sure they went to where they were supposed to do, appointments, recitals, practice,
taekwondo, swimming, everything.
Oh my gosh, taekwondo, swimming, and dancing. Garth Fagan, want to do it? But I took on definitely the traditional role then. But later on into the marriage, now we are empty nesters, and all the children are gone. Mother and grandmother don't care for her anymore. May they rest in heaven. But now, it's not just me cleaning the house and going grocery shopping. We do it together.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I say the roles, we don't have traditional roles anymore. Yes, and no. We did, but now it's kind of morphed into other things. She, in the beginning, was the handy dandy lesbian. Yes, she was. She had a tool belt. Pow!
Still got one.
Zip, 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 zip. Let me fix that. Click, click, bap, bap. So, I loved, but at the same time, that was her role. But now we definitely share a lot of duties, and even in being the handy dandy thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say we share those
I've
now.
learned to. I love power tools. Didn't know I liked them that much, but I really do. The power in my hand is just great. But I would just say that it has changed, and yes and no.
Yeah, I agree. So again, it was about being situational,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep. You got that. Say it again. It was what?
It was about being situational. So again, I think traditional. You play your strengths. My advice: you look at whatever's before you as a couple, and decide who has the best skill set to get you the desired result.
Yep. Now that you said something right there, girl.
And she's right about this. Now more things for us are not her thing or my thing. It was a project. Everything. I mean, going to the grocery store, we will divide the list up sometime and put a cart in place, and then you run this side and I run this side and get it. And then sometimes we just want to act silly and have fun in the grocery store, because when you become empty nesters, you just have so much more time
for each other.
Yes. To enjoy each other. And
yes.
I want to grocery shop with kids.
Oh my gosh.
And I was a kid. I touched everything. I want to touch everything. And I'll be honest with you too. When she was, there were moments where Rasheida does girl trips. When the kids were younger, she do girl trips. So she's gone and I'm home and I've got them. And I try not to call her when she's on her girl trips. But when we talk, I'm like, how the hell do you do this? I'm tired. It's 12 o'clock on a Saturday. I done been to swimming, baseball, taekwondo. I'm tired. I don't want to go no more. Give them. And when our daughter got to, I'll give you a little bit about my princess. You know, we had to deal with the kids when they got to be a certain age, they would get cars. And everybody got a car at a certain age except the youngest boy, who decided he wanted to wait till he got to college. And so he didn't get his car too much later. But the other ones got their cars right as they were finishing up high school, right? Mm-hmm. And so my daughter turned 16, and she said, well, I don't want a car. I want a sweet 16 big old ball. And so we rented out this hall and spent way more money, as much as, a wedding. And so they had tuxedos and spats and, shaker dresses and all this stuff. But the girl, so we did that. So the deal was you get one of the two, not both. But here was the problem. She got the party.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Well, wait, she got the party. But here's what I didn't know. So she tricked me. She was by that time I was traveling less. And it meant that she swam at 5 o'clock in the morning.
So when you are swimming and you are a swimmer and you have practice, you have to be on deck. That means on the floor right there at the poolside at 5 a.m.
But she swam, she sang, she danced, she acted, she did all this stuff. And so when I was home, and I said to Rasheida, you drive with all this stuff? So that's how I got tricked, because my daughter got a car. I'm not doing all that.
She was like, you need a car.
She need a car. And so,
Oh, wait, hold on, though. What was that?
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. We'll talk about the princess and the prince syndrome on another show.
Oh, that's a good show.
But she got a car, so I had a great deal of, I won't say empathy, sympathy. It was sympathy. It wasn't even empathy. Sympathy. I was like, I can't do this. So if that means I got to get up off of some extra dollars and buy another car or whatever, because I'm not driving her around. And it's the same thing with the makeup stuff. You don't understand what it takes to do something in your relationship until you're the one who has to do it for a little while.
Boom.
And when she was gone and I had to grocery shop for everybody, I was like, this ain't working for me.
And then they come back, I don't eat that kind of bread.
Yeah, and so
I only eat this.
And that
Mommy knows that.
And and there's shampoo. I don't give a rat's behind. You want the certain shampoo, then you get your own money and buy it yourself. But
they only use Dove.
Whatever. And so that, again, that's another show. But that just shows that, you have an appreciation. So work together. Don't worry about the traditional this or the traditional that, because it's different. Play your strengths for the situation. That would be my 2 cents of advice, because your kids will trip you up anyway. And we will come back and talk about that, because they didn't trip me up a whole lot of times. So that's all I have.
That's all I have
on the traditional roles. Hopefully we answered your question. So as she said, don't forget to subscribe, follow us, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, all of those good places, and we will be back again.
Yes, we will.
Take care.
Peace.